Welcome, Disney enthusiasts, to the Let's Talk Disney podcast. Time to delve into the latest trends, topics, and Disney Reddit realm. Here are your hosts, Samantha and Kindra.
Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 7. This is Samantha and...
This is Kindra.
We are back. How's your day going?
Good.
Living the dream?
Living the dream. It's the end of August already. I can't believe
It's
it.
Halloween?
Well, wait. Not yet.
No, it is Halloween.
You always do this every year.
I got my pumpkin spice this week.
Oh my gosh, you rushed into it.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm not rushing it. If Starbucks says it's Halloween, it's Halloween.
Summer's not even over yet.
No, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
No.
If I could, I'd be ripping out all of my hoodies right now. Pumpkin Spice is back. Winky Blinky came out today. Today we're recording on August 28th, and we have our pumpkin back.
Yep.
So I guess if Disney and Starbucks say that it's Halloween, like, you could fight me on it, but, like, the universe is saying it's Halloween.
Okay, I'm sure a lot of people feel this way too. Like, I feel like the holiday seasons are starting a little earlier and a little earlier. Just like school. The kids went back to school at the beginning of August.
Thank
That's
God.
some bull crap.
I mean,
That's way too early.
I guess it depends on how old your kids
Well, that's
are.
true.
But when you have little kids like me, I was like, come get your kids, teachers. We got
But they're shortening the summer. I mean, really.
I mean, they started it earlier.
No, that's BS.
We got out at like the beginning of May.
No. They give us, I swear it was like 8.5 weeks. Maybe. We used to have 12-week summers.
Yeah, 3 months when I was in school.
Right. So.
I don't know.
Well,
I was on the verge of losing my mind. So like, you kids gotta
yes.
go.
I guess it is good for a lot of families. They want their kids back in school. That's fine. I understand. I just don't like the summers being cut short.
Maybe it depends on which kid I want back
True.
in school. Like, there's
True.
some of them, a couple of my kids, I'd be like, you can stay home forever. And then I have another two that I'm like, it's time to go, kids.
I understand that. I feel you. I do feel you there.
Okay, so technically Disney doesn't start Halloween on their like website and everything. It says that Halloween starts in Disneyland on September 1st through October 31st. But again, we're August 28th and we have...
See, I told you. They're
Halloween
sneaking it in early.
Well, I'm sure they have... It's like hard, to get everything set up.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll be in Disneyland tomorrow and I'm probably not going to do anything except just like idolize my favorite pumpkin.
You're going to just stand there and look at it?
I'll just sit there the whole time.
Can I videotape you
I might
standing
go
there
to
looking?
Starbucks and get like a pumpkin spice latte and then just spend my time with Winky Blinky.
All right, that sounds like a deal. As long as I can go somewhere and get a Bailey's and coffee and something gingerbread.
Oh my god.
Do they have the gingerbread out yet?
Gingerbread starts on September 1st.
Oh, okay. So not tomorrow, but later on in the week.
Next week.
All right. Deal.
All right. So we'll go ahead and start with the news. I know we talked a while back about the updated dining reservations. I think that was actually one that I did with Marissa. So I don't know if I told you.
I'm not caught up on that, actually.
Yeah. So basically, do you remember when you were making reservations in the app and
Trying to,
yes.
Okay.
And you would hit like lunch, breakfast, dinner, and nothing would show up. But then you would go into like 5 o'clock and there would be something.
So you had to search the specific
So
times.
a lot of people were like, that glitch was frustrating a lot of people because they're like, you're telling me there's nothing at dinner, but if I click 6 o'clock, there's something. Or if I click 6:15, there's something.
So the general searches were not working. And maybe that's,
Yes,
you were
but
getting
starting
really
today,
unlucky.
they fixed it.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yep. So dining reservations will be easier. So I know there's like a lot of things coming, like a lot of places are opening new restaurants like Tiana's Palace, but Tiana's Palace will not have reservations. So
it's only going to be walk-in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's going to be different. Do you think they'll ever go to a reservation?
I hope not, because French
Okay.
Market wasn't. Remember?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to going there. We should go there like right away.
yes.
Next
So
week
it
when
opens September 7th. I think we're there. Are we there?
I think
that day?
so.
Yeah, hopefully September 7th. Oh wait, no, that's a Thursday. So we'll be there on
The week after.
The week after.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll do a review.
Yes.
Once we're in there.
But they did drop their food menu, which I wanted to go over. Just there's a lot of really good foods.
I'm excited.
I think you might actually even eat
Some of it?
some of it.
Yay.
The one thing, okay, if you listen to this podcast, you know I don't like anything but classic beignets. They're doing stuffed beignets.
You know what? I saw that. They look stuffed and they look glazed.
Yes.
Don't they look like it in the picture? Maybe it's not really how it is.
Are you going to eat it with
glazed.
that cream pouring out the corner?
No.
None of the cream pouring out the corner.
No, I'll cut like a corner off that doesn't have the cream. What kind of cream is it though?
I think it might be icing. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with the menu. And again, I will have pictures posted of these food items on our Instagram. And then we'll also link the Disney Parks blog in the notes below, so that way you can access basically and see pictures. The first one is a 7 Greens gumbo. It's a must-try plant-based option. So it looks like it's vegan or vegetarian. It doesn't specify. But it has white beans, okra, yams, sweet potatoes, and heirloom rice. So I think it's probably vegan.
Okay.
Right? Because it doesn't seem like there would be anything to make it vegetarian.
7 Greens gumbo with chicken and the 7 Greens gumbo by itself. The
that one is the vegan option.
Okay, I'm wondering if these they do offer a lot of vegan, vegetarian, and plant-based options in Disneyland.
Okay, so the next item on the menu is a 7 Greens gumbo with chicken and anecdotal sausage. I can never say that word. Anecdotal. How do you say it?
Did you say Annie Doodle sausage?
No. I said Doyle, but I don't really know how to say it.
Andouille.
Oh, andouille?
Yeah.
You don't pronounce the L's?
No, you don't. All of the vowels and then the 2 L's and the E at the end is ooey.
Ooey, wow. Andouille. Anecdotal.
I think it's Creole French. Doodle.
Well, I do like those sausages. But if you look, okay, so here's your 7 Greens gumbo with no meat, and then pretty much the same thing. They just throw meat on top.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm definitely going for the meat version.
The meat version. Yeah, I like gumbo. I don't know. You think it'll be the same as the? Oh, but then they have the house gumbo also.
Oh, okay.
Which I think I'll probably get the house gumbo.
I think so too.
Yes, the house.
So it won't have the 7 green. It won't have all the greens.
But I do like greens, so maybe I would like that.
Are they like the bitter greens?
No, it's white beans, or okra, yams, and sweet potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not. I don't like sweet potatoes. We'll try it and we'll let you know. But there's the house gumbo, which is just your traditional gumbo, the same as what they have in the French market.
Okay.
Yep. And then for those that are looking for a little extra spice, they have the Cajun spice half chicken sandwich. The chicken is brushed with house-made chicory barbecue sauce and served with baked macaroni, cheese, and coleslaw.
Okay.
Yum. I love baked macaroni and cheese.
That's one of your favorites.
And then
a muffaletta.
I'm glad. You should read this one because I don't think I could pronounce that one.
Muffalettas are pretty popular, like Creole, like Louisiana, New Orleans style. So the muffaletta sandwich stacks mortadella, salami, rosemary ham, cheddar provolone, and house-made olive relish on toasted New Orleans sesame seed bread. That sounds good.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
So that's this one?
That's that one, yeah.
Oh. No, that looks good.
And then they've got a po' boy too, which
and it looks like it's served with like a side of gumbo, so you'll get like a half salad and a gumbo.
It's like kind of like a half and half.
Another staple is the beef po' boy. You'll probably eat that one.
Yes, I will.
This features slow cooked beef, perfectly coated in gravy and fully dressed with shredded lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise atop of a New Orleans French bread.
I'm excited about the French bread though, because I love Southern style, Creole style, New Orleans style French bread. It's totally different.
I've never had it.
So good.
Well, I guess I've had baguettes. It's
different. It's different. These rolls are like really chewy and fresh and then kind of crispy on the outside. They're really, really good. I'm excited.
Yeah, that sounds good. The next item on the menu is a Gulf shrimp and grits. I'm not a huge fan of grits.
I'm not a big
But
grits.
the shrimp looks
The shrimp looks really good.
Good, yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I used to like grits, I guess.
Yeah.
My nana used to make it and put some syrup in it when we were camping,
Right.
and that's what we would have to eat.
I think it's a really kind of an
when
old
you're
school.
starving, when you're
Yes.
camping, you're like, okay, I'll eat these grits with my syrup and call it a day.
We'll just eat the shrimp.
We'll eat the shrimp. The shrimp does look good. And then there's a lot of like sides. Oh my god, buttermilk cornbread looks so good. You're not going to eat that?
No, but I'll let you. I mean, go ahead.
It's so
Enjoy
good. It looks so good. I don't know if it's good, but it looks good. They've also added baked macaroni and cheese, red beans and rice.
I like red beans and rice.
Me too.
I'm excited about
Coleslaw, cheesy grits. Maybe I'm missing something on these grits. Maybe we need to try it.
And heirloom rice. Plant-based heirloom rice.
Oh, okay. So just a side of rice then, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then there's a couple kids meal options. It's funny because my daughter is extremely picky, and Kindra's daughter will eat anything. So me and Cassie will try anything. Paisley and Kindra
and I are sitting there picking and everything,
eating chicken nuggets,
putting it to the side with some French fries.
But I think, like, I'm looking at this, I don't think anything on here Paisley will eat.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even the chicken drumstick or the toasted ham and cheese sandwich?
She will not eat chicken off a bone.
She doesn't. Okay, some people are weird about chicken on a bone though, with the veins.
It tastes
and like
better.
I think so too, but I can see why they don't like to pull it off of a physical bone.
Well, she won't. Okay, so the first thing is a roasted chicken drumstick. It's served with rice and an orange. She's not eating that. Cassie will probably eat that.
She'll eat that. Oh, she'll eat that up.
The next thing is a toasted ham and cheese sandwich. You know she would eat this if it was on regular bread, but because it's on a bun, she's not going to eat it. She doesn't eat buns. I don't know.
She's just anti-bun?
Yeah.
Okay. Kids are so freaking weird, man. They are.
This actually looks good. It's like a savory ham with provolone.
She's going to end up just like me. Oh my God.
I just realized that. Just like you.
Okay.
And the last kids option is a baked macaroni and cheese. They're all three accompanied by cuties, little mandarin oranges, and applesauce with a choice of water or a small low-fat milk.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, I said Cassie would eat these, but probably won't be enough food. She'll have one of each kid's meal.
Yeah, because she can put away adult meals.
Well, oh my God. So Cassie came back from Paris almost as tall as me. Her feet are bigger than mine.
She wears a size 9.
And she's 10.
She's 10. I know. She's gonna be a tall girl. She's gonna have big old feet like mine.
No, I think she's gonna surpass your feet.
So?
Aren't you a size 9?
I tell people I'm a 9, but I'm a 10. It's disgusting. I don't like to say that. Because you see shoes in the store and you're like, God, that's cute. And you're like, excuse me, can you please bring me a size 10? And first they look at you like, I don't even know if they make it in a 10. And then when they bring it out, they're horrific. They're huge. They don't look cute anymore.
Oh my God.
You don't understand the struggle.
I was actually like laying in bed thinking about this because I'm getting Cassie some shoes for her birthday. She doesn't listen to this, so it doesn't matter. And I was thinking about the fact that, like, you know, your foot is like the size of your forearm. So I was thinking, wow, Cassie's forearm is longer than mine.
Right. Well, they used to, in ancient times, just a little tidbit of information I like to throw out. They used to actually measurements would change by each king or ruler. And the measurement was from the elbow to the tip of the ruler's finger. So every time there was a new ruler in ancient times, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, the measurements would change. That was called a cubit. So it was from the elbow to the tip of the middle finger. So, damn, every time they had a new...
I wish, because maybe I could be a little bit taller sometimes. Well, it's funny because you're saying about your feet, right? Like, when I buy my shoes, I'm like a 6.5. So I can always 6.5. So I could always get mine on clearance.
But they're so cute at that size. Like, you have cute feet. It's just really unfair.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they're so small I might, like, fall over. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's what would happen to me if my feet were smaller. I would tip over. So I have to have big feet.
I think that might be a myth. It's fine. Okay, so moving on back to the menu.
Dessert. Get to
yes,
dessert.
We're in dessert, and we're back to those house-filled beignets.
Are you reading further? It doesn't sound good.
So
do we need to be careful not to be too opinionated about the food? Like, maybe we should just say what's on the menu and then
keep our opinions to ourselves.
We're not very good at that.
I just really like regular beignets, and I don't see those on the menu.
No, and these don't have powdered sugar on them, so that's kind of thrown me off. That's how they were in France.
Okay, the house-filled beignet features delicious lemon icebox pie filling topped with a lemon glaze.
Okay, so it is glazed. It's going to be super lemony.
Lemon glaze.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Not like Krispy Kreme donut glazed.
Right. Which would be awesome.
Really
that would
good.
Be so good.
I do think Krispy Kremes is like the closest to a beignet.
I think Krispy Kreme and beignets should like merge.
Yes, they're really missing a market.
They really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's nothing on here about a classic beignet, which is concerning. Really concerning, but okay, moving on. Do you want to cover this part?
Yeah. A specialty sip is also on the menu. The Joffrey's Coffee Chicory Cold Brew, topped with sweet cream, is a must for those coffee lovers out there. So chicory coffee is what they use down in like New Orleans.
Oh wow!
Right?
So this like whole menu is like legit.
It is. So like chicory coffee from Cafe du Monde, like that's what you get when you go there, and you get beignets and coffee. It's chicory coffee. It's really good, actually. It's just kind of an acquired taste, a little bit different than regular coffee. And then they have the Ray Firefly Glow Cube.
That's so
is
cute.
Also available with the purchase of the beverage.
I just hope when I'm in there, they're singing Evangeline the whole time.
That's all you want over. I don't think so.
Oh, Kindra, you've never seen Princess and the Frog?
Oh my gosh, I don't think so. No. Am I missing out?
Well, I just said like the song, and I thought you knew what I was talking about, but you didn't.
No. I have to go there.
Okay, we'll have to play it after this.
Let me finish with the Firefly Glow Cube.
Because he's so cute. That's Ray, the Firefly. He sings to Evangeline, his love.
Oh, he's cute. He's hanging off the glass. He is cute.
He dies at the end.
Oh, well, you just gave it away.
I think everybody listening to this podcast has seen Princess and the Frog.
I haven't. You just gave it away.
Well, I know, because you've seen all the Marvel movies, and that's it.
You want me to spoil all those for you?
I'm not really concerned. I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
This adorable addition will light up your drink just like Evangeline lights up the night sky.
Aww, that's so sad.
I don't know what that means, but it's so sweet.
I don't know what that means, but that's so sweet.
Now, this is cute. Last but not certainly least, if you want to take home a piece of Tiana's Palace with you, the Lily Pad and Lotus Cup ceramic set, cute, is for you.
Cute.
And it even comes with a house-filled beignet for you to sink your teeth into.
I'm really not happy about these house-filled beignets.
Well, maybe we should order the set, the ceramic set, and it comes with one anyway. So then we feel like we're not just ordering the beignet that we're not going to like. We get to take something. You'd like that.
Yeah, I do like that.
Cute little lotus cup.
I do want that.
Very cute. All right. Sounds good. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
And we don't need reservations. We're just going to go next week, right?
You know what that just made me think of?
What?
So for anybody that doesn't know, my husband and I are building a house right now, and we're getting ready to move in the next couple months. Well, before I came here to meet you, my husband was cleaning out the garage. And now I'm panicking that he's going to throw away all my popcorn buckets.
Will he do that?
Yes.
Oh, you better text him. Like now?
No, I told him. He's like, well, if you're not here, I'm cleaning out junk. And I'm like...
My husband's done that to me.
Why do we have husbands? I'm like, who thought this was a good idea?
I don't know, but I swear it was shit that was in the garage for years.
And he's like,
as soon as they throw it out, I know it's gone. Well, I know it.
And it's like, he's like, well, if you haven't touched it in this long, you don't need it.
But that's not the point.
I know it's there when I want it.
It's collector's items.
Right.
It's part of our memories. It's part of our experiences.
I was just thinking about that plate. With the lily pad plate, I was like, if I get that, he's probably throwing away all my shit right now.
We need a, does anyone out there have their own private, storage unit? I know I have friends who have storage units, guys and girls.
Away from their husbands?
Oh, yes, or wives. Yes, where they have a storage unit and they keep things, and it's not necessarily like big secrets or anything, real juicy like that. It's just shit they don't want thrown away.
Right, but I just feel like if you're not a Disney fan, you don't understand.
No, you don't.
How much you love these popcorn buckets.
Okay, and I understand, but it can be if you collect shoes. What about the sneakerheads that collect shoes? Or anything. What about Star Wars memorabilia? People collect all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. It's really devastating.
Quit throwing stuff away.
By the way, do you know, speaking of Star Wars stuff, my lightsaber?
Yeah.
My Darth Vader lightsaber.
The one from your birthday that I got you for your birthday?
I think the battery's dying. It keeps
Have the boys been playing with it?
We play a lot with it.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It has fought the resistance multiple times, but...
Okay, we'll have to
Maybe
get that
it's
taken care of.
tired, right?
Yes. Well, you've had it for like 2 years.
I think more than that. It was
3?
2020.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah.
And it's got its
Oh, yeah,
fair
that's
share.
when the only downtown Disney was open.
Mm-hmm.
And the parks weren't
No,
open.
actually, it was when I went for my birthday. When
Right
parks
before the
were-
park
Oh, so
shut
it was
down.
2021. No, it was
Oh,
2021.
okay.
When I
Okay.
went for my birthday.
When they reopened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy. Okay, so maybe I won't get the ceramic set because now I'm getting PTSD thinking about all my stuff getting thrown away. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm always curious what the menu prices are going to be like because they never post the prices until you get in there.
They're like, we're going to draw you in.
Right.
spit
And
you
just,
back out.
and that is what happens. We go in, we're like, okay, we want to try the menu. Do we even look at the prices? No, we just order.
Yeah.
And then the bill comes and you're like, okay.
But I feel like before they closed French Market was always reasonable.
It was reasonable. And that brings me to another point. Are there reasonable deals in the park? Or have we just resigned ourselves? Okay, so my husband and I went to see Duran Duran, right? The concert. I know you don't know who that is, but a lot of people out there know who Duran Duran is.
I know
Awesome.
Beyonce
Incredible.
was in town.
Yeah. But sorry, Duran Duran was here. And
Okay.
they sold out T-Mobile Arena. The tickets were reasonable. Parking was $45, specialty parking. Okay, my husband has an MGM card, so we got complimentary parking. We go in to get a drink, just to get a drink, a cocktail. Very, very simple drink. For 2 drinks, $50. $50, then we left a tip, $60. And we just resigned ourselves to the fact that, yes, we're just here for a concert. That's what we have to do. But looking back, I'm like, holy crap. Do we do the same thing with Disney? Like you just go and you're like, okay, I'm just going to resign myself to the fact that a family of 4 is going to cost $150 for a meal or $200 for
I
a
think,
meal.
honestly, food in general right now is so outrageous.
I think you're right.
Groceries
Yes.
are killing me.
Oh, it's so
it is
ridiculous.
So, trying to feed my family of 6 is like, I think my grocery bill has like tripled lately.
Well, and that's the thing is that you used to be able to save money by making meals at home all the time. Oh, get a big thing of chicken that can be for lunch, dinner, and lunch the next day. But now that's not the case.
It's not. It's
Groceries
so
are more expensive.
And sometimes, like, my kids, like, dude, I'll use that McDonald's app. They have this deal on the McDonald's app. If any moms are listening to this, you can get 20-piece chicken nugget and 2
Yes.
large fries, or you get 2 medium fries for free. So I could spend like $7 on a 20-piece chicken nugget, feed all my kids, and the 2 fries and call it a day.
No,
That's
and-
cheaper than going to the grocery store, and it saves me time.
I know.
But it's a terrible option.
It's a terrible option, but there are days when you have school and you have flag football and you have cheer and you have work where that is a great option. I love that. What are some other really good apps that you
I use sometimes, like, when we go to Disney, we always stop at Burger King and Baker.
Yes.
And get like a croissant sandwich.
'Cause it's like 5:30 in the morning.
You can get 2 croissant meals
Yes.
for $10. That's with
That's-
drinks, 2 hash browns,
That's
and
good.
2 croissants.
That's a good deal. I have the
But
fire.
isn't that crazy? There used to be like dollar menus, like real dollar menus.
No, there aren't anymore. I mean, I don't know if there are. Wendy's might still have like a value menu.
Well, even their little bag or whatever they do is still like over. It used to be like 3 for $3 or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Now it's like 3 for $9.
It is expensive. It is. I use the Firehouse app. That one adds up points really fast. And so does Jersey Mike's and Chick-fil-A. So if you can use all of those apps, those are good. Let us know if there are any other apps we're missing out on.
Yeah, but back to Disney, like, all food is expensive.
Yes.
I don't think that Disney food is any more expensive than just going to eat
You're right.
somewhere.
No,
like,
you're
if I'm
right.
going to go to Chipotle and get a bowl, I can eat something at Disneyland and
No,
it's going to
that's
be around
true.
the same price.
Thinking about that now, you're right. I mean, I'm sure.
And actually, I do feel like Disney has not raised their food prices
As
much
much.
as general grocery stores and
Right.
regular
and the churros
food
are still
places.
cheap.
I don't think they've changed.
they're
They're-
$5.25.
No, I think they're
Five?
$6.27.
Oh, $6.27.
I don't know.
That's
Maybe
what-
making that up.
That was the most random price I've
That's
ever
what I
heard.
kind of. If I think about looking at the sign, I feel like it says $6.27, but
Samantha's got her 27 cents ready to go. What the fuck?
Disney's price, I feel like their food right now is very reasonable.
It's true. And you're there. You are not walking back all the way back to
Okay,
the car.
at the Plaza Inn, I know Kindra wants to kill me with how much I love the Plaza Inn.
Oh, we get
That's
burnt
my
out,
number
yeah.
one place to eat.
And
but you
the
can
girls
get
like
that.
it too.
Yeah, but hold on, let me pull up the price on their food.
the Plaza Inn.
Mm-hmm. So the chicken...
Their kids' meals are actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're good size. Deals. You know, I've been having to get Harper like a full size kids
pasta
meal lately. She loves that spaghetti.
Oh, that's good.
But basically, like, okay, you can get like the option of the chicken or the pasta, the pot roast. Pot roast is probably like one of my favorites. But that pasta is a huge plate of pasta, right? So if you're having a long day in the parks, that plate of pasta, let me look it up, is $15.49. With your annual pass discount, I think it comes down to like $13.
No, that's true.
And it comes with a breadstick. It's pretty good.
Cheaper than Olive Garden. Have you tried to get pasta at Olive Garden?
I haven't been to Olive Garden in a while.
Actually,
me and George didn't go, and he was like, "Do you guys have the never-ending pasta bowl?" They're like, "We don't do that." I was like, "Can't have nothing."
Have you seen inflation lately, dude? We don't do that anymore. Well, remember, my husband actually got one of the when they were doing that. 1 year unlimited pasta card. He got that. Remember? He went online and got like a full unlimited pasta card for a full year or something.
Living the dream.
We ate that like every single day. It was awesome.
We need to do that again if they ever release something like that.
Yeah, it'll put them out of business. I can't afford that.
All right, going back to Disney, we know that Tiana's Palace is opening up on September 7th. So a little bit more news that happened today. There's a lot of like original wood carvings at the Briar Patch gift shop, right? So these were handcrafted, wood sculpted drawings or figures of like artwork, yeah, of Briar Bear, Briar Rabbit, Briar Fox. They've all been removed.
What do you mean?
So they took down like all the pictures from the gift shop of the Splash Mountain characters, and replaced them. Let me show you. I will also post these pictures on our Instagram because it's honestly devastating. So these wood carved artwork are such a work of art and had so much thought put into by Imagineers. They're just like phenomenal, right?
And they took them down?
They replaced them.
They replaced them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, where'd they put those?
I don't know where they put them. They'll probably auction them off at some point.
Wow, probably.
But they're just like generic wood creatures. They're not characters. Like if they were gonna do this, they could have maybe put like Princess and the Frog characters. But this is what they got replaced with.
Oh, just like Country Bear.
They're not even country bears. They could have at least put the country bears.
No, these are just like random
bears.
Okay.
And an owl.
Okay. Wow. All right.
I'm not happy about this. Like, I've said it, I think I've said it like 100 times. That, like, I love the idea of Tiana's Palace. Like,
yes, her
dream was to open a restaurant. I love the fact that they took that restaurant and made it just for her. I still don't love the idea of Splash Mountain.
Being destroyed, being taken away.
That's like taking Space Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain. Those are like
that's true.
OGs, you know?
That's true.
And like, I don't know. And if this is an inkling of what the ride is going to look like, these little signs, I'm disappointed. I'm just saying, whatever this ride turns into, if they took Splash Mountain, it better be the most phenomenal ride. And I'm marking my words. I will come back and I will review that ride in the next year. But it better be the best ride I've ever ridden. Like, right?
No, I know this is personal.
It has to have great animatronics. Like, it has to be immersive.
Right.
If you're going to take a classic
and
get rid of it,
right,
you have to make it amazing.
Well, I think that they should have had those artwork carvings maybe up, just leave them up around as like relics, right?
Well, also like the Country Bear Jamboree and stuff, they're not technically getting rid of that. Like, that's still its own thing. They could have left that to theme with that, maybe.
True.
All right, I'm just devastated.
Time to grieve.
I'm grieving. Grieving a loss. Do you have any more bones to pick with Disney?
Oh, yes. I do, actually. Thank you for the segue. Okay. So I never told you this last week. I went to Disneyland. You did not go. You stayed home. It's fine. I went by myself, which I actually enjoy. I love, even though it's a long drive out and a long drive back.
That's so rude to say you enjoy
No, not without you. No. I'm sorry. That came out really wrong. But you know I'm huge on like solo alone time. You know, that's big for me.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy going with you.
Yeah.
So we went, I went out, and at the same time, you were also renewing our passes.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's changing. You know, when you renew passes and you have other people's passes linked to your app, they'll go away and come back. And sometimes they're different colors. They were different placements. Like, oh, you know, you kind of scan through memory, and you can, you know how many times to swipe to the left, and you can pull up your name and have the front gate scan it, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm always pink. Let me find the pink one. Well, right before I got to the parks, I had a reservation, but you had renewed our passes, and I guess both passes ended up pink for our Inspire, and yours was first. So I swipe. Your name came up, but all I saw was pink, and I handed it to the lady, and she scanned it. And she looks at me and she goes, who's this? And she showed me a picture. And I was like, oh, that was the wrong one. I'm sorry, they're both pink now. And she goes, no, hang on, I have to call over a supervisor. And the supervisor comes over and she's like, this is a reason to get your pass taken away. This is a reason, if you have an exception on your pass, we might be able to excuse this. But if not, we're going to have to call somebody over and you can have your pass taken away. And I said, lady, I accidentally pulled up the first pink one, which is usually mine. It ended up being you. And she's like, well, where is this person? I said, they're not here today. She's like, oh, well, this is a reason to get your pass taken away. You realize that. And I said, okay, well, are you going to fix it? She's like, well, I can if you have an exception. And she starts going through, and I said, okay, you know what? How about I just go the next turnstile? So I backed up, went to the next turnstile, pulled up my pass. They scanned it, and I went right through. Why were they making such a big deal? I'm sorry. Why? That's a reason for your pass to be taken away? Because
they
of an
need to have a
accidental
better, like a
scan?
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled people over. In fact, the woman was telling her to take a picture of me. She was like, take a picture of her. She scanned someone else's pass. Take a picture of her. I was like, what the hell? But you know this stuff happens to me. I told you.
Oh my God.
They go crazy on me, and I don't understand. And I wasn't being uncooperative. I was like, oh yeah, I see the mistake.
Wait, so you were getting in trouble and you just backed up? You're like,
I just backed up. I was like,
they didn't move over to yell at you. They're like, it's okay, we're calling it a day. I'm like,
no. In fact, not even trying to be rude or challenge her, I looked at her and I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? Like, what is our next step here? You're taking a picture of me. You said I need to have like an exception and I can get my pass taken away. What's our next move here? So I said, okay, I'm just going to back up and go over to the next cast member.
I'm just going to try again.
And I did. And I then finally I walked right by them and they're still talking to the manager and everything. And I was like, hello, I'm in. Like, what?
What? That makes me a little worried. Let me check on our passes and make sure they're still there.
I mean, come on. But there are some times where I feel like they go a little overboard.
That is funny that both of our passes are both.
They're pink.
Pink, yeah.
Are they still?
Yeah, mine's pink still too.
Okay. But see, last week when I was there, they were right next to each other. Because they change positions and everything when you renew them. So I always swipe to the left like 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I always know that's mine.
Yeah.
Anyway, they went a little overboard.
Overboard. So dramatic.
And just unnecessary. Instead of saying, oh, okay, it was a mistake, we'll take this one out of the system. They freaked. They flipped their lids. And I just backed up. I was
like, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
I'll see you guys later.
I gotta get out of here. Shit is going down. I'm just gonna go to the next. Because you know me, I don't like confrontation.
You know I love the mouse police. They're fine. That's
what happened.
Funny.
I didn't tell you that.
Well, I mean, it's the same as like that one time I was in the dress shop and I accidentally scanned your pass for the discount.
Yes.
And they're like, that's not your name on your card. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm sorry. Here's my pass. And they're like, can I see your ID? I'm like, dude, like, I get it. But like,
yeah, no,
it
goes a little overboard. I tried to make a return one time. Remember, I told you about the return I tried to make with no receipt? She took my ID and took it to the back with her. She didn't want to get me.
To do that?
I don't think so. They're not supposed to touch your wallet and they're not supposed to touch your ID. But she took it to the back and she was back there on the phone for like 10 minutes to get approval to return this. And the woman that came up behind me, someone else helped her out and they gave her store credit like that and she left. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I felt like a criminal, you know? I don't know. Must be my face. I told you. Got a punchable face.
Oh my God. All right. So we still appreciate all the hard work.
No, 100%.
The hard-working cast members.
But I guess if you go as much as we do, there are going to be issues that arise. We have amazing cast members that we know well, that take really good care of us, are awesome, they work hard, they have to put up with a lot of crap. I don't know if I could do it. But then, of course, you know, like every 10th visit or something, we come across something that to me is just strange, that I haven't dealt with before.
Well, it's just hard because you have this idea of like Walt's vision, and sometimes like I feel like as a human, maybe I carry Walt's vision more than just a cast member sometimes.
True. Well, true. But you might not be quite jaded yet, dealing with the general public.
I don't know. I worked in casinos. Like,
well, that's true. No, you worked in a legit 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
Where it was, your job was on the line.
Literally, yeah. You'd have to do Forbes training constantly.
Yes.
I was actually part of the team that won the 5th star.
Right.
You know, I worked at Aria, and Aria was going for like 9 years in the Swan Salon trying to get the 5th star. Then they rehired like a whole new team, and I was part of that team that finally got the 5th star.
And that's amazing. So you had the general public that would come into you, and there would be issues that arise. So let's say that I was the customer and that had happened. You were working behind the desk of the spa. You're a 5-star rated property, or you were looking for your 5-star, and something happened and I scanned the wrong discount code or something. How would you handle that? The customer.
Yeah, I would.
Like, would you tell them that
I would even apologize that you said the right one, right? Like,
oh, I'm so sorry you made that mistake.
I'm so sorry. Let me help you. Like,
well, that's the thing. Let me help you. I'm not trying to scam or get something over on Disney.
Well, it used to be at Disney that, like, if you were to give artificial money, they couldn't question you.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I read that on Reddit. I don't know how true it was, but, like, one of our old friends that was a Disney cast member told me they would just take the fake money because they weren't going to question you. So, I mean, I feel like that's how Aria is. Like, if somebody gives you a fake $100,
you're not going to, yeah,
you know, everybody's treated as a VIP. So,
well, that's the only thing, is that I just want to be treated like a you know, I don't know, a paying customer, that's all. And if I make a mistake, instead of like, it was very accusatory. I thought I was going to Disney jail. Like, that
would have been a good topic for the podcast.
I could have reviewed it.
Posted a review on Disney jail.
How many times have I almost gone to Disney jail? Lots.
So funny.
Anyway, why is it always me? You don't get in trouble.
Because I'm short.
That's bullshit.
Everybody
is my big old feet. It's my feet.
They probably just think I'm a child. They're like, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move in. I do have a couple planning topics, just that I got from like Facebook groups. The first one is, has anyone ever done Disneyland and California Adventure Park in one day with a toddler?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
100% it can totally be done.
Totally be done.
Is it fun? Questionable.
No, but I mean, when you're going with a toddler, it's a completely different experience than when you're going with full-grown kids, you know? But I always feel like, I was just thinking back to, like, my old trips with Paisley and my niece Mello, and I was like, those were some of the most magical trips that I've ever had. You know, like, even though my kids love to ride, we were actually talking to, like, one of our friends at a pool party this week, and they're like, you know, the rides aren't big and things like that. And I was just like, but the magic, you know, the magic, seeing it through your toddler's eyes is the most magical memories you're ever going to have in your life.
That's true. That's
when
true.
They really believe they're a princess and you dress them up and they're going for pixie dust and all the little rides. It is so sweet, right? And there's a lot of rides that toddlers can ride in both parks.
That's true.
But not too many that it's overwhelming, so it's definitely doable.
Right. I would do Disney first. And then I would do California Adventure last in case something has to be sacrificed. Yeah. Because California Adventure definitely has older rides, you know, with height requirements.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things like the Little Mermaid.
That's true. No, that's a great
like
one.
Pixar Pier has like the pal around. Okay. what's the one that you shoot, the Buzz Lightyear one?
Yes.
Toy Story Mania.
Yeah.
So I took Harper on Toy Story Mania when she was like 2 weeks old.
Right.
You know, it was kind of jerky. I was a little scared. I was holding her tight.
Loved every minute of it.
But I mean, that's a fun toddler game to be shooting. I remember like George and I would have one twin on each lap, and we'd be shooting with them. Oh my gosh! And they'd be like 2 or 3 years old.
There's some great, and just walking around, because it's completely different than Disneyland. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different feel, different. I don't know, just different environment.
I don't really enjoy the characters in DCA the way that I do in Disneyland. I think their costumes that they wear on Buena Vista are cute.
Yes.
But they're not classic. And if I'm going to wait in line for a picture, I'd rather have them in the classic costumes. But
you have to, Cars Land is a huge draw for toddlers.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, you have to go there. You have to walk down and see the shops, and you have to see Lightning McQueen, and then, of course, Marvel's Avengers Campus.
Depending on if it's a boy or a girl.
Well, that's true.
If it's a little girl, she might not care.
Well, she might not, but I think a lot of girls like Avengers stuff, too.
Yeah, that's true.
So
depends on how they go.
Yeah.
If your daughter's a super big princess, go to Fantasyland, you know?
True. I mean, that's what you'll have to determine, the priorities. Like I said, whenever anyone asks me, can you help me plan? Because I have no idea. And I'll tell them, go into the app, look at all the rides, and do a priority list. Like, I have to do 1 through 5. And then map your route. And then pull up other ones that you want to do that aren't, priority, but you want to do, and kind of sprinkle those in along the way. Because you may not be able to do, we can usually do everything in both parks in one day, but that's only because we know it in and out. And we don't have to stop at some of the distractions that some of people who haven't been there before, they're going to want to stop and look at everything, and that's understandable.
Well, and it really depends on who you go with, too. Like, I think this was, like, kind of a topic that Marissa and I talked on, too, while you were in Paris. Who you go with definitely makes a difference.
Yes.
If you're going to take your toddler, go with people that are taking toddlers.
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
It's hard. Even dynamics, we have friends, like, that we go with, but sometimes, like, when you're constantly wanting to eat, constantly needing to stop to go to the bathroom, constantly needing to stop, it really takes time.
Well, even you and I have had to split up because of the age of the girls. So I have to take the older girls, which is awesome and fun, and you'll take the boys because they weren't quite in that age, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Or, we'll have to do rider swap with the baby because she can't go, of course, on some of the things, and we don't want the older girls to miss out and the boys to miss out.
Right. So you kind of have to just balance.
Yeah. So planning. Definitely plan it ahead of time and realize that don't be too hard on yourself, and take cues from the toddler. When they're done, they're done. Make sure they have water, make sure they have snacks, make sure they get their nap when they need it.
Well, I feel like when Harper gets to that point, she'll just fall asleep in the stroller.
Right, but some kids, how they fight sleep, and they won't, they get overstimulated. So take cues from the toddler. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a whole lot of fun if they are losing their mind and melting down.
Right. But really, a stroller, I feel like a lot of, all my kids have really slept in their strollers. The twins would pass out in their stroller when they...
That's true. I mean, if they're really exhausted and you keep moving that stroller,
They're out, yeah. You just gotta get your steps in.
Yeah, get all the steps in.
All right, so that's us covering toddlers. We're gonna go ahead and move on to Am I the Asshole?
Oh, that's your favorite.
My very favorite. Am I the asshole for taking my family on vacation to Disneyland while my eldest was in foster care? My eldest daughter, 13, was put in foster care lately. She had a total mental breakdown and tried to attack my other son, the youngest, female, 7. I also have a 10-year-old son. We've been having problems with her for a long time. She's a bad kid all around. Our family has had a lot of in and outs of the social work system over the years because of her bad behavior. We've been talking to doctors and trying to get her diagnosed with ADHD for extra support, and that has been helping. She went to an inpatient facility for 8 weeks. The time away has been a real blessing. There's less fighting in the house. My husband and I bought a new car while she was in the facility, and he took her for a ride around the parking lot. That's kind of weird.
That's interesting. Okay.
Everything has been looking up. when her inpatient care was up, we weren't ready for her to come back home, and the social system suggested foster care for 6 months. We jumped on the opportunity for some extra support. That's the backstory. Now, the issue is that my husband and I took the kids for a road trip to Disneyland last week. We used to do a lot of these trips as a family, but it's been a few years with COVID and close to a year with social workers and inpatient care. I thought it would be a great time to bond as a family and enjoy our new van. Now, our social worker is really upset with me. She had a letter written and she sent it to the supervisor, basically said that we are assholes because we extended the 6 months in foster care by another 3 to 6 months, and that we excluded our daughter from going on the trip. So I guess she was supposed to be in there for 6 months. They extended an extra 3 to 6 months and did not let the other daughter go on the trip. We brought her gifts and some funny things and a tie-dye t-shirt, and we tied it up to look like a snake and a skunk jerky. I'm pretty sure it's beef, but the packaging is funny. The daughter seemed appreciative of the gift and happy for us when we said that we had gotten back from Disneyland. Our social worker says we are supposed to use this time and to learn how to deal with our child and work on our personal issues and on what's making parenting hard. But isn't taking well to an earned vacation part of our self-care ? I'm really doing the best I can here, but it looks like the only thing I'm allowed to do is pass therapy classes. Those aren't going very well. Husband doesn't talk during the therapy sessions. Also, I made a point of saying to our daughter when she moved from inpatient program to the foster care system that we weren't punishing her for her behavior, but as a family we needed to do some work. Am I the asshole for not taking my daughter to Disneyland?
Oh, I think there's a lot more issues there than Disneyland. I think Disneyland is the least of the worries. Like a lot of these, Disneyland may be the least of your worries.
Literally.
Wow. So she was in, but she never said how the progress was going for the daughter.
Right. She just said once she did inpatient therapy, when she came out, they didn't want her back yet.
Right.
And
but she didn't say why or anything. You know, she didn't say, hey, we tried to integrate her back into the family, but she was still having behavioral issues. Like, there's a lot missing to that.
Right.
Because if you just said, it was time for her to come home, we didn't want her back yet.
And then we sent her away for 6 months and then sent her away another 3 to 6 months.
That doesn't sound good. Yeah, you're making
know.
yourself sound like an asshole.
Yeah, but then I do feel like, I don't know, I guess it really depends on the situation, right? Like, if this child is a threat to my other kids,
that's true.
My other kids can't stop living a life.
No, that's true. And there are situations where kids become such a liability at certain ages with their behavioral issues that it really does put a stress on the marriage. It puts a stress on the other children, and no one is happy.
Well, it did say at the beginning that the daughter was 13 and she attacked the 7-year-old.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like, physically attacked, I guess.
Well, that's bad, yeah. That could be dangerous.
Right, and if there's somebody that's like if one of the kids are threatening the other kids, that's hard.
Yeah. But like I said,
but it does sound like it's been a long time because she's been in an inpatient facility for 8 weeks, then 6 months in foster care, now another 3 months. So I get it that it's been a while, but it's still your kid. Like, I guess if at this point, if the kid wasn't a flight risk or wasn't endangering the other kid and the therapy worked, I would invite the kid to the vacation. Take her. Yeah,
but we really need to find out why.
14 is such a hard age.
Ugh, especially with girls, I'm sorry to say.
I mean, don't you remember fist fighting your sister at 14?
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, well, we were a little bit younger, but I had lots of sisters, and we just, yeah.
Okay, but your youngest sister, you didn't attack your youngest sister?
No, Chris, the little one?
No.
But the one who was closest in age to me, we were awful to each other. I still apologize for the things that I did to her and she to me, because we were terrible.
Well, I think, that's very sisterly.
Yeah, I think so too.
My boys beat each other to death.
Oh my God, they will.
Actually, Ezra and Paisley got in like a full-on fist fight yesterday.
Are you serious?
And I know as like the mom, I should have like broke it up, and I was like, ooh, like in the corner. I was Because sometimes the twins are just such assholes.
No,
that
I know.
When Paisley was giving
it
to him, I was like, dang, you deserve that one. Just kidding.
I've seen it. I've seen them drown each other in the pool to where I have to come over and like pull them off of each other.
God.
I've seen that happen. So yes, but that's siblings. I mean, I hate to dismiss it, but especially with two twin boys, they are really like physical, you know? So going back to this, am I the asshole? I don't know. Like I said, I really think that there's some deeper issues there.
Deep issues.
And I don't think we're getting
But I
the
do
full story.
think, like, as a mother, your priority needs to be, like, getting counseling. Because she's kind of, like, joking, like, therapy isn't going well. Like, okay, well, it needs to be. Because you don't just get to have a kid for 14 years and put him in foster care. Has to be like, I know there's great foster parents, and thank God for those
horror
amazing
stories,
foster parents. But if they're in like Child Haven or something along those lines, like that's a terrible case scenario.
That's true. And so I wouldn't be so blasé about it. Oh, therapy's not going well or counseling's not going well. Well, then you need to find something else. You need to fix it. Like, this needs to be your priority.
Right.
So,
and she's like talking about, well, I got a new car and my whole life's turned around. Like,
yeah, it sounds like you're kind of bragging about how much better
your life is without her. And
that would.
I mean, when you
so imagine her
have
reading
a kid,
this.
Right.
Imagine the daughter reading this.
That's heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh.
And then if you think about, like, when you have a kid, unless you give up your child from adoption or for adoption from the get-go, and there's amazing people that make those decisions and give families a chance to have a kid, like, but if you make a commitment to raise a kid, you don't just get to say 14 years into it, I give up.
Right, it's too hard.
Like, that child did not ask to be here. Like, you chose to be its mother, and you're going to stick it out at least 18 years.
And there are extenuating circumstances where, yes, the child might have to be removed from the home. But it's never a happy situation. I mean, you're never saying, you could say something like there's more peace in the house. And I feel like everyone, can breathe a little bit and they don't feel as threatened, or there's not as much stress in the house. But to say, I mean, she's pretty much saying we are so much happier. I think we're going to leave her in there for a while.
Yes.
I don't know.
And I can get that circumstance. Like, if your kids were in danger and things like that. Yes. And I could see how that stress being relieved.
That's true.
Is great. But, like, you have to be actively working together. You can't just give up.
I agree.
So, who's the asshole? Is the mom the asshole for taking the kids to Disneyland?
Not for that part, no. I think you can still live a life and take your kids to Disneyland, but I think there are some other issues going on there. I think there's some much deeper issues that need to be addressed, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess, like, actually putting in I would say she wasn't the asshole if she was putting in the work in therapy.
Right.
And giving 100%, but it doesn't really sound like that.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I get the impression that she's kind of given up and feels like this is a lot easier.
Right. So I'm actually going to vote asshole.
Okay.
You're not?
Like I said, it's am I the asshole for taking my kids to Disneyland? No, I don't think so.
While leaving the topic, let's reread that. Am I the asshole for putting my bad kid in foster care while my family goes to Disneyland?
Okay, so that sentence, yes. Let me call up foster care. Hey, can I drop my oldest off while we go to Disneyland? Yes, that does sound bad. Yeah.
But
I don't know. I just don't know all of it's hard for me to make a decision.
Right. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's an asshole for going to Disneyland.
What does everybody else say?
That she's the asshole.
I think everybody always says that.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm like a Disney regular, if, God forbid, if something like this was to happen, I'm still going to Disneyland. Jesus.
Well, I'm glad you're honest, but try not to put it on Reddit, for everybody to see. At least
No, I'm just kidding. If this was to happen to me, I would honestly be working towards
every day.
Yes, towards my family rekindling, right? Like,
yes, that's the goal.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess neither of us have an answer.
No, I don't know. They need a lot of help. That family needs some help.
All right, next
Next
topic.
one? Okay. Am I the asshole for dropping out of my boyfriend's family Disney trip? I'm a 29-year-old female in a relationship with a 31-year-old male. We have been dating for almost 4 years, and this trip has been in the making for 2 years. I have been completely on board to go up until recently. The trip is to celebrate the 5th birthday of my boyfriend's niece. I am backing out because the niece's mom will be 7 months pregnant at the time of the trip. I think her pregnancy will impede the fun that everyone has on the trip. I also worry about her health with all the walking. I've never been to Disney, and I want my first time to go to be very amazing. What? I want my first time going to be amazing. I don't want to stop and rest every time the pregnant lady gets tired or needs a break. Wow.
How many weeks did she say the sister would be?
She'd be 7 months.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. My boyfriend cannot guarantee me that we're going to go off and have our own fun on this trip. We took a trip a couple of months ago to a much smaller amusement park, and we occasionally had to stop to accommodate the pregnant lady. The pregnant lady. I'm not interested in doing that on this trip. My boyfriend thinks I'm being selfish. He says this trip is not about me. It's a family celebration to celebrate his niece. He does not think I am being a supportive partner in this situation. I must add that this trip is already paid for by my boyfriend, and I told him I would try to get my Disney tickets refunded, and we can use the flight credits another time. He's still upset that I am backing out. He's upset that I made the decision without talking to him first. He said there was no compromise. He said that I am turning down a fully paid for Disney trip because the trip may not go my way. Am I being selfish? Am I the asshole because I don't want my first time in Disney to be a potential flop? Who writes these? Come on.
Okay.
How can you admit to writing these things?
No, most of them have fake profiles.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
They could really talk about their feelings without judgment, right?
Oh, we're judging.
Oh my God.
Well, the pregnant lady.
The pregnant lady. Let me tell you, when I was the pregnant lady, I walked my happy ass through Disneyland miles.
20,000
every
steps.
week.
Every week.
Up until...
Yep. Up until you couldn't do it
38
anymore.
weeks.
That's right. And I don't understand this whole health thing with, okay, I understand some people may have pregnancy issues. They may have restrictions from their doctor. But from what I gather, just walking, unless you have restrictions, is not bad for you. In fact, it's good for you. In fact, a lot of doctors say continue to do the same physical activity that you did before you were pregnant.
Now, I could see for somebody that doesn't walk that long being pregnant, she might need to sit and take breaks, have a churro, get some water.
But who's to say the author doesn't need to sit and take breaks?
Right.
And doesn't want to go in shopping and everybody has to stop for them.
Who cares? Either way, everybody at Disneyland's taking breaks. Somebody's
Yes.
getting a churro. Somebody's getting a turkey leg.
Yes.
Somebody's eating beignets.
Going to the bathroom.
There's a lot of breaks. Even if you're just standing in line, have you seen those things that they have that you could sit on?
No.
That are like backpacks and then it opens up into a
that's so
seat?
awesome. Or I've seen the ones that are like walking sticks that turn into a seat.
She could get that.
Right.
And those are her breaks.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, okay, so the author, yes, I think is absolutely being kind of a spoiled little bitch, to tell you the truth. Right?
So we're saying straight up, you're
She's
the asshole.
Absolutely. So this is about a birthday celebration for a 5-year-old, and you're worried about being foiled by a pregnant woman. Who is this person? And maybe
I'm gonna tell you, most people's first trip to Disney, I'm sure it's very magical, but it's a little crazy, right?
Yes.
You won't really know the lay of the land.
Nope.
You don't.
You're not going to get to do as much as you want.
So this is the least of her concerns, is a couple breaks for the pregnant lady.
I agree.
And I guess that's what we're calling her, the pregnant lady, right?
Well, that's all she's called her. I mean, it's almost derogatory. Almost like she's kind of pissed at her for being pregnant. You're going to ruin my time.
We've been planning this for 2 years and you got pregnant. She might as well say that.
Okay, and also the boyfriend of the author may want to reevaluate her. I mean, if she's already doing this and they're not even married, and she's already putting her needs first before a 5-year-old and a pregnant lady, instead of saying something like, okay, well, we'll have to take breaks and we'll do with the 5. I'm sorry, but when it's the kid's birthday, when it's the child's birthday, what do? Whatever the kid wants to do, isn't it? Every time we go on a birthday trip for one of the girls or one of the boys, it is their day. Mm-hmm. In fact, we even try to do yes days, which don't work out. We don't do those anymore.
So expensive.
Because I just say no to everything. I'm not very good at those yes days. But we do try to do what they want to do. Like, we plan it ahead of time. This is not about the author. And that kind of pisses me off that she's making it about her.
And it's fully paid. Like, she doesn't have to pay for anything. What? And then she's like, I'm not going on this fully paid trip because it's not going to be my way. Like,
well, you're paying for my trip to Disney. I'll do whatever you want to do.
Seriously.
Whatever. We can sit and eat turkey legs all day if that's what you want to do, if you're paying for it.
Right?
So, yeah, I agree. Usually I'm not this stern about calling somebody out, but I've got to call her out.
What do the comments say?
Let's see. Help me. Yes, you're the asshole. You're a 29-year-old adult backing out of a paid-for trip to celebrate a 5-year-old's birthday because it may not be amazing for your first visit. You could have chosen to put a positive spin on it, like we said. You could have asked the birthday girl if you could partner with her since you've never been to Disney and embrace your inner kid, while also taking some pressure off of her pregnant mom. But that would require thinking of someone other than yourself. That's
that has
exactly
12,000 upvotes.
Wow.
I agree.
Yeah, and someone else said, came here to say exactly this. And then someone else said, Disney with kids is great. So what are they complaining about?
Right. So overall vote was she's the asshole.
Yes.
We're coming in. You're the asshole.
Yep. You're the asshole.
And
kind of a whiny little bitch, too. Can I say
tell
that?
your boyfriend I have plenty of friends that are single that will go on this trip with him.
No, that is true.
Yeah. I have plenty of friends that would love a man that would take them on a Disney trip.
Yes, especially to celebrate his little niece's 5th. That's so sweet. And
find somebody better boyfriend.
That's right. You need to reevaluate your relationship. Yeah.
All right. I guess that wraps up our topics for the day. Do you have anything else?
Don't have anything else. No. That's a good end.
Good end.
We agree.
Assholes. All right, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We would like to take a second to thank our members on Patreon, and a special shout out to Mindy Mendoza for supporting our show. Your support will ensure that the podcast will continue and that we're able to bring the latest news straight from the park. If you would like to become a member, head over to our Patreon that we've included the link below in our show notes.